We don't have anybody in the live yet, so we're just going to give it a few minutes and see who comes in. Crazy Mustache Day. This is new for this channel. I usually do review channels, don't do a whole lot. Usually do reviews on this channel. And I don't generally do a bunch of conservation-ish videos here on this channel, but tonight we are going to be doing a conservation spotlight on the African Savanna elephants. And I don't have a whole lot, but we will do what we can. So maybe take our time to go through this so that it soaks in. We're also going to be taking a look at things that maybe you didn't realize about the animal. Hey, Carol. This is definitely going to be one of those things where we will be taking our time, making sure that what we're talking about is sinking in, because some of it's going to be unnerving. I'm not gonna we are going to be discussing, hey Carol, we are going to be discussing the African Savanna elephant. I'm going to be throwing in various bits and pieces. I don't want to move through this quickly. I would rather take our time to make sure that it is sinking in, because there's a lot of information out there. It's just a matter of making sure that it's getting to the right place at the right time. So let's stop wasting time. When people think of the African elephants, it's this species that they're thinking about. They have big ears. Both species carry tusks, and they're just big. Bigger than their Asian counterparts, bigger than the African forest elephants. But elephants in general are under attack for their tusks, which are basically teeth. Okay, these are tools, they're teeth. The elephant uses these to dig up, knock down trees, which they can, also using their trunk, or just brute force. They're going to use this to dig holes into the sand to get at water. Very versatile teeth. According to the IUCN Red Book, they are listed as endangered, which is better than being critically endangered, but that may be coming, because their current population trend is for the species to continue to nosedive. There are many different areas that, or very many things that are affecting the elephants, from fragmented habitats in places to, of course, poaching for the tusk and the meat. But overall, In 2011, however, the AZA stepped up and supported 18 different projects, supported, of course, by them, by the AZA, having to do with elephants. Now, their numbers have dropped. This is, I don't know if I agree with the number, but I think it could be higher. But their numbers have dropped by 62% over the last decade. And it's possible that they could go extinct within the next decade. So definitely within my lifetime, they could be gone. Current stats say that an estimated 100 of these guys are killed each day. Now, this killing leaves somewhere around 400,000 elephants in Africa. Between 2010 and 2014, the price of ivory tripled, sending prices in ivory going through the roof, which caused more people to go out of their way to kill elephants. Now, I mentioned that the AZA is involved in elephant conservation. They raise money for funding. There are 72 accredited zoos that house African elephants. Now, you should also know that some zoos that have traditionally housed African elephants no longer do. Hogle Zoo, which is in Salt Lake City, they had African elephants. I believe they got rid of their elephants. And some of that is to give them better homes, because these are large animals and they certainly deserve larger homes. Well, some of the stuff that the AZA is doing is veterinarian research on the elephants, public education. So important, because what do on my other channel? I hopefully educate the public. But I'm not a part of the AZA. They are a part of field conservation projects. They have set standards for elephant management and care involving enclosure design, nutrition, reproduction, enrichment, meaning how can we make their lives in zoos better, including veterinarian care. So lots of stuff going on. The Sedgwick County Zoo has 8 African elephants. The Birmingham Zoo I would believe that, yes. The Birmingham Zoo has an all-male African elephant herd. North Carolina has 7 elephants, including 3 bulls and 4 calves. Globally, there are about 1,000 African elephants in human care. So very, very cool. In 2019, the AZA dedicated over $400,000 of, well, wait, that is Asian elephants. We will eventually be covering Asian elephants, but not at the moment. Okay. We're going to carry on. One of the projects that the AZA provides money for is UCF, which is the Uganda Conservation Foundation. And they have done such things as built fences and trenches to keep animals out of fields and villages. So important because imagine planting your crops or building a home only to have an elephant or herd of elephants go through and destroy everything. That would not make you very happy, and it could lead you into destroying critical habitat or killing elephants. They have also allowed people to live their lives without the fear of elephants. They have provided money for boats. No, because it surrounds just the village and their fields. So the elephants can still bypass you, but you also don't. If your house sat in the middle of that route, would you want elephants trouncing your home? I mean, I get it, but at the same time, the animal's life has value, but so does people. And surrounding the fields and surrounding the village in trenches and fencing, if it saves human lives and keeps the elephants from being killed, that's a win-win for the elephants. They have provided money so that one of the national parks in Uganda has access to boats that they use to patrol the lake, one of the lakes in Queen Elizabeth National Park. And by the way, this particular lake is 97 square miles in size. And so, yeah, it's pretty important that the lake is patrolled. And once again, I'm going to sneeze. The AZA has helped fund training for game rangers in Zambia so that they could protect or better protect their over 950 wild elephants better. And that part of that is habitat fragmentation. And it is a problem. It's a balance between giving the elephants a route to their known habitats and protecting people so that they could better protect their elephants. GRA, which is Game Rangers International, has a training program in water patrols, surveillance and monitoring, and has provided increased security to the wildlife. They provide funding for My Elephant Neighbor, an educational program that teaches kids and their families about elephant conservation. This program has taught over 2,500 children and 300 teachers. It teaches children and parents and teachers about issues surrounding their elephant neighbors. Now, they also helped fund Save the Elephants, and this group has pioneered GPS radio tracking, assisting wildlife departments in their fight against ivory traders and poachers, involving local people in research and education, as well as sending out information in films and in publications. Sorry, y'all. Another organization supports Village Scouts and anti-poaching in Zambia, and they help with a direct benefit of anti-poaching work. They have reduced the number of elephants that are cooperating, as well as a reduction of elephant fatalities from snares and gunshot wounds. All very, very cool. When you visit a zoo or an aquarium, you are putting money into that. Yeah, that is true. So elephants, the status of elephants in Africa varies from country to country and across Africa, but elephant distribution is becoming increasingly fragmented. So I think the more time that goes by, the more you're going to see this fragmentation increase. Conservation and education efforts are crucial, very important, to get word out amongst the people. There are now an estimated 470 to 690,000. By the way, that was 470,000 and 690,000 African elephants living in 37 countries. And there's no place better to see live elephants in the United States than our AZA zoos. And I'm not sponsoring them in any way. However, it's a fact. If you want to show your kids an African elephant rather than in a picture, in a book, you can take them to a zoo and let them see. Maybe it's not an African elephant. Maybe it's an Asian elephant. But take them to the zoo, let them see an elephant. The AZA launched the Survival Species Plan program in 1981. Today, there are 298 elephants managed within the SSP. Half of that is Asian elephants, and the other half are African elephants. Several zoos have reworked their elephant enclosures. San Diego, California, the Dallas Zoo in Texas, the National Zoo in Washington, D.C., Birmingham, Alabama, Oklahoma City, and Cleveland, Ohio. When you visit a zoo, your money that you put in goes out to help the animals. In a Harris poll, 95% of Americans said that seeing elephants in a zoo helps people appreciate them more. And I totally agree. Seeing an animal in a book is great. But seeing that animal actually moving around, doing their thing in a zoo does help. And like Carol said, unfortunately, there's a market for ivory. If you can knock that market out of the water so that it's not an issue, poaching of elephants will slow a little bit. You might still get some because, the meat, but yeah. So we need to see habitat restoration being done. We need to see a reduction of human and elephant conflicts. That would help immensely. Community-based initiatives where it's not foreigners coming in and saying, hey, we need to do this. Elephants are causing this. It's local people that are providing the conservation groundwork. In Kenya, they have started an anti-poaching team with the NRT, or the Northern Rangelands Trust. This was started in 2004. Poaching and other security-related incidences in northern Canada have actually slowed, which is good. Yes. I mean that everybody involved helps. Now, I don't know if all of these zoos provide homes for its elephants. They don't say which type, but Audubon Zoo, the Birmingham Zoo, Baton Rouge Zoo, the Bronx Zoo, Buffalo Zoo, Busch Gardens, Caldwell Zoo, Calgary Zoo, Cameron Park Zoo, Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, Cincinnati Zoo, Cleveland Metro Park Zoo, Columbus Zoo, Dallas Zoo, Denver Zoo, Disney Animal Kingdom, El Paso Zoo, Fort Worth Zoo, the Greenville Zoo, Honolulu Zoo, Houston Zoo, Indianapolis Zoo, Knoxville Zoo, Little Rock Zoo, Los Angeles Zoo, Louisville Zoo, Maryland Zoo in Baltimore, Memphis Zoo, Milwaukee County Zoo, the Nashville Zoo, North Carolina Zoo, the Oakland Zoo, Oregon Zoo, Phoenix Zoo, Philadelphia Zoo, Point Defiance Zoo, Reed Park Zoo in Arizona, Riverbank Zoo and Gardens. So lots of places where you can actually go and see elephants. Now, I don't believe that this is a current listing. But you get the idea. Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park has not had elephants since 2009. They instead have had, well, either 2010 or 2009 they stopped. They wanted to focus on the black rhino. And so they took what was the elephant exhibit area and devoted it to the black rhino. Brookfield Zoo sent their last female African elephants, Joyce, to a place in California. So they did say that it might be possible that they get elephants. No. But at this time it doesn't sound like they have elephants. So Indianapolis Zoo might have African elephants. In fact, they just welcomed a baby boy last year. The calf's mother was actually born at the zoo. So, if you want to see elephants and you live in Illinois, you live in Indiana, you have to go to the Indianapolis Zoo. Uh-oh. I don't want to do that. They actually do quite well in captivity when they are in captivity. They have had some deaths. Now, this one says that there are 177 African elephants in North America at 43 institutions in the United States and 2 institutions in Canada. So it does sort of vary. It is important that we protect our elephants. There is a CITES has said you cannot trade in ivory. In some places, sometimes they have to go in and they have to reduce elephant populations. Only because national parks can protect them. The problem is sometimes you get too many elephants locally. And so they may try to move them, which would be expensive. Otherwise, sorry, I moved it. It should bounce back though. Let me see. They can. And they do try. What was I gonna... Oi. Yeah, I moved it, so I imagine that's part of it. Oh, my foot. But there are problems all the way around. We can relocate. It would be better if we didn't have to relocate and animals were just left to do their thing. But I don't know. Anyway, that's really all I have for today. I don't know why. I guess I need to make sure that I have this up super early and then post it on the Nature Guy Presents channel as well. At least in the community page. Carol, I'm going to go. And I will talk to you later. After live. And that's where unfortunately you have issues, because once they leave the reserves, they're not protected. As you know, it's like a grizzly bear can leave Yellowstone Park, but is it still protected? You know, it's that same thing. So once they leave the park, you get into somebody's fields or you attack somebody's home, you might end up getting shot and killed. And so that's one of the things that they're trying to fight against. I need to shut down my laptop, my Chromebook, and get it charged. New video will be posted tomorrow on the main channel. I have not done anything for this channel. Talk to you later.